Welcome to Choice Classic Radio. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and help keep this show alive by donating at choiceclassicradio.com. For more of your favorite old-time radio shows, join us on our companion podcast, Choice Classic Radio, Mystery, Suspense, Dramas, and Horrors, where we bring to you the most mysterious tales that the golden age of radio had to offer. And now, with over 167 episodes broadcast on NBC Radio from 1949 to 1953, we bring to you Dangerous Assignment.
Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell.
You sent for me, Commissioner?
Yes, Steve. Sit down.
Thanks.
Ruth,
Yes, Commissioner.
Steve's here now. How about his credentials?
They're all in order, and I've got his plane ticket ready. He can pick them up at my desk when you're through with him.
Good. Thanks, Ruth.
Well, needless to say, you've got another assignment for me.
Yes, I have, Steve, and it's a tough one.
You know, someday you'll give me an easy one and I'll fall flat on my face. Well, where am I going this time? Timbuktu, Java?
San Diego.
Say that again.
You heard me, San Diego.
You mean you're actually sending me someplace inside the country for a change? I thought you said this was a tough one.
Don't underestimate it. You start in San Diego. Where the trail will lead from there is anybody's guess.
Uh-oh, I might have known.
Once you pick up that trail, stay on it until the end.
What's the deal, Commissioner?
You'll be looking for a little spool of wire, about as big around as your finger.
Wire? We in the hardware business now?
From a wire recorder, Steve. 3 days ago, a top-secret diplomatic conference was held in this country. Somehow, the vital parts of the conversation were recorded. That wire recording would bring a fortune on the open market. And its existence is a serious threat to world security right now.
I see. But why San Diego?
We've traced the spool of wire that far. We think a man named Groza is involved.
Rosa, who's my contact in San Diego?
A man named Charlie Vasquez. He operates a fishing boat from a wharf out near Point Loma in San Diego Bay.
Charlie Vasquez. Okay.
Steve, you've heard of the needle in the haystack. This job will be a lot tougher than that, and a great deal more dangerous. But we've got to get that spool of wire. Well, that's it. You've got your assignment, Steve. Good luck.
The National Broadcasting Company is proud to present Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell, colorful two-fisted government agent. At all those places of the world where danger and intrigue walk hand in hand, there you will find Steve Mitchell on another Dangerous Assignment.
Yeah. Like the commissioner said, I was going to play the needle in the haystack game. Find a spool of wire about as big as my finger in a city of 250,000. And I had just two names to go on. Charlie Vasquez, a friendly contact. Groza, a suspect. Vasquez would probably try to help me. Groza would probably try to kill me. It was Friday when I got to San Diego. I went out to the fishing wharf near Point Loma. Charlie Vasquez's boat was just coming into the dock.
That's not a sardine, that's a mackerel. That's a good fish. 25 cents. That's all you...
Hey, mister, how about catching this line?
Sure, go ahead, even.
Okay.
I got it.
Now just slip it around that bit. Thanks.
There you are. Are you Charlie Vasquez?
Yeah, I'm Charlie Vasquez. What?
My name's Mitchell, Steve Mitchell.
That's supposed to mean something to me?
Yeah, it is.
You know, mister, a name can be used by anybody.
That's right. But these credentials can't. Take a look.
Okay. I've been expecting you, mister.
According to my information, that wire recording I'm looking for was brought here to San Diego by a man named Groza.
Yeah. Groza runs a shooting gallery in the waterfront.
Shooting gallery? Is he there now?
No, he's in jail.
Jail?
Yeah, I've been tailing him. Cops arrested him a couple hours ago.
Oh. Well, maybe my first hunch was right. Looks like this assignment isn't so tough after all. I'll go over to the police headquarters right now.
Ask for Lieutenant Sawyer. I've done business with him before.
Lieutenant Sawyer?
Yeah.
Okay, Vasquez. I'll see you later. Well, have you cracked my case for me, Lieutenant Sawyer?
Afraid not, Mitchell. We got the word to cooperate with you and your outfit. So we managed to pick up this Groves on a traffic charge. We got him in here, gave him the concealed weapons routine, and frisked him. But he was clean.
No spool of wire, huh?
Nope.
Well, he must have passed it to someone before you picked him up. Where is he now?
Probably back at his shooting gallery. He walked out of here just before you walked in.
Well, I guess it's asking too much to hit the jackpot on the first nickel. Well, thanks anyway, Lieutenant.
Rosa,
Hi, Ann.
what you doing? Shooting up all your profits?
Yeah. Good thing I don't have to depend on the shooting gallery for my dough, huh? How'd it go?
Look, I can't talk with that gun in my ears.
Okay. Well, let's go down the other end of the counter.
Okay.
You get back from Tijuana, Ann?
Mm-hmm. Pass the wire along there.
Good, baby, good. You'll both get a nice payoff for this and after.
Watch it, Rosa.
Huh?
Somebody's coming.
Yeah.
This shooting gallery open for business?
Sure, mister. That gun in front of you is loaded. Just put a quarter on the counter. 8 shots.
Okay.
Look, Rosa, I better be going. Get in touch with me later.
Okay, Ann. Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
That guy just come up. I seen him someplace before.
You sure?
I remember where, too. Police headquarters.
What?
Just a little while ago. He was going in just as I was coming out. Now he's here, and I don't think it's just a coincidence.
Spotted us. We're just one jump ahead.
Yeah, we need more time. I think I'll have a little talk with him.
Be careful, Rosa.
Yeah, see you later, baby. Hey, you're a pretty good shot, mister.
Yeah, I've had a little practice.
You should try that clay pipe over there.
Huh? Okay.
Not bad at all.
Huh, empty.
Yeah, I'm reloading.
Oh, that's okay. I've had enough.
Give me it. You haven't had all your shots yet. Got another clip right here.
Look, if you don't mind, point that gun in some other direction while you're loading it.
Huh?
I said, hey, watch out!
Hey, went off.
Yeah, it went off. A little lower in the top of my head would have gone with it.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
You know, Buster, for a guy who works with guns, you're pretty careless.
Well, I'm usually very careful, but, well, accidents can happen.
Yeah, they sure can.
You want to finish your shooting?
No, thanks. I've had enough. Shoot him yourself. Only be sure you're pointing the gun at the target.
I sure. I'm real sorry about that accident, mister.
Yeah, bet you are, Groza. Huh?
Keep walking. I'll tag along behind you.
Oh, okay, Vasquez. Did you see that little accident just now?
Yeah. Looks like Rosa has a line on it.
That's bad, too.
Rosa doesn't matter anymore.
Why not?
I just got a call from a contact, Tijuana. He thinks the wire recording is down there. Now, I want you to come down as soon as you can.
What's the contact's name?
Benito.
Where do I find him?
He's a groom at the Caliente racetrack, just outside Tijuana.
Caliente racetrack. Well, look, Vasquez, I won't get down there until after dark. The track will be closed, which will save me money. But how am I going to locate Benito after dark?
He sleeps in one of the stores. He'll be waiting for you there.
Okay. Keep an eye on Groza for me.
Right.
I'll get in touch with you when I get back from Tijuana.
Senor Mitchell? Senor, my arm.
Who are you?
Benito, senor.
Oh, sorry. Vasquez told me I'd find you around one of these stalls.
This is the one I sleep in. Come, let us go inside.
Okay. You think the spool of wire is in Tijuana now, Benito?
See, but I do not think it will stay in Tijuana long. The most likely direction is south. Wait,
What's the matter?
I think someone is outside these stores. I will see.
Benito!
Paz. La Paz.
Benito folded up in the straw. I dove through the stall gate and took after the figure running down the line of stalls. As he reached the corner, he stumbled and fell. But as I headed for him, he threw a couple at me. I hit the dirt. Then I heard a car dig out fast, and I knew I was too late. When I got to the spot where the guy had stumbled, I saw some coins on the ground. And with them was a good luck charm. On one side was "Good luck, amigo." On the other, "La Quinta Bar, Tijuana." I put it in my pocket and headed for Tijuana, trying to figure out Benito's last words. Paz, he had said. I knew that meant peace in Spanish, a nice thought to die with, but I felt somehow Benito meant more than that by it. I was fast running out of leads in this deal, so I had to follow the only one I had left, the good luck coin, which read La Quinta Bar.
Senor, what's it going to be, eh?
Beer.
Beer, okay.
Hey, bartender.
Huh?
Did you ever see this before?
Oh, but of course, senor. That's our good luck coin. We
What?
give them out here, you know?
You give them out?
See, to each customer with his change. It's good propaganda.
Oh, then anybody who was ever in here before might have one of these, huh?
That's right, senor.
All right, great.
Here's your beer, senor.
Bartender.
See.
This bus to La Paz. When does it leave?
Oh, in just a little while, senor.
But when I bought my ticket from you told me you would leave right away.
And it will, senor.
But I've already been waiting for... Oh, very well.
Paz. La Paz. Hey, bartender, is there a town called La Paz?
Si, senor. That is what that man was just talking about.
Oh, and this bus to La Paz, you sell tickets here?
Si.
Well, what do you know? Is this La Paz south of here?
Oh, si, senor. Far to the south. At the tip of the Baja California Peninsula. Let me see. It's 700-800 miles. The bus leaves right from our front door. Hey, you want to buy a ticket on this bus, senor?
Oh, when does it leave?
Just a little while.
Most of the passengers have already bought their tickets, huh?
Si.
Who all's making the trip?
Well, not so many this time, senor. See, over the table, the American girl.
Ooh, that blonde?
She is going to be one of the passengers.
Mm-hmm.
And the little man at the end of the bar, the one who just came up to us.
Yeah, he seems pretty fidgety.
See, he's been hopping around here for 1 hour waiting to get on the bus. He must have a girl in La Paz.
Yeah, maybe. You know his name?
He's here on the list someplace. See. Gruber.
Gruber.
See.
How about the blonde?
Senorita Smith.
That's a convenient name. I think I'll go over and talk to her.
I do not blame you, senor. Hey, but you have not told me if you want a ticket for the bus.
Yeah, I'll buy a ticket.
Bueno. Hey, you got a sleeping bag?
A what?
Sleeping bag. The nights are cold.
Well, doesn't the bus stop at hotels along the way?
Oh, senor, there are not many hotels on the way to La Paz. The country you're going to pass through is very wild. The deserts are...
Look, how long does it take the bus to get to La Paz?
About a week, I think.
A week? To go 800 miles?
See, the country is...
Well, must be wild.
And the roads...
Yeah, I can hardly wait. Okay. Where do I get the sleeping bag?
Just down the street. My brother, he sells them.
Now, there's a cozy arrangement. Okay, I'll be back for the ticket a little later. Miss Smith?
Why, yes.
My name's Steve Mitchell. Do you mind if I sit down for a minute?
Well, if you like.
Thanks.
But I'm pretty sure we've never met before, like in Peoria.
I'm afraid you're right. But I understand we're going to be taking a bus trip together.
Oh, you mean you've got no sense either?
Huh?
I've already decided I must be crazy to try a week of jolting through the desert on that thing they laughingly call a bus. Nice to know there are other crazy people.
How come you're taking a trip, then?
I'm a magazine writer.
Oh.
Thought I might get a little atmosphere.
I see.
Are the two of you going on the bus?
That's right.
Well, I'm Castillo, the driver. We will leave in about 15 minutes.
Okay. Excuse me, Miss Smith. I've got to get a sleeping bag before we leave, and I'll see you on the bus.
Good evening, senor.
Hi. The bartender at La Quinta told me I could buy a sleeping bag.
Oh, see, my brother Enrique. See, senor, I sell everything here. War surplus. You will find the sleeping bags in the back room. I'll be with you in just a moment.
I went into the back room. Sleeping bags were stacked all over the joint. I picked out one of them and started to turn around. Then something slipped over my head and jerked tight around my neck. A length of wire. I clawed at my throat and got one hand inside the wire. It was getting tighter, and I knew that one hand of mine was all that was saving me from getting choked to death. I went down to my knees. I was getting weaker and dizzy. The wire kept tightening. I collected what strength I had left and brought my right elbow around hard. The guy behind me fell back. The wire loosened. I heard the back door slam. But all I could do was stay there on my hands and knees, fighting to get my wind back.
Hey, senor, what happened? What is the matter?
It looks like someone doesn't want me to take that bus trip.
What?
Look, where's the police station?
2 blocks down the street.
Okay. Send this sleeping bag down to the bus. I'll be along in a few minutes.
But, senor, you'd better hurry.
Don't worry. That's one bus I wouldn't miss for the world.
Is everybody aboard?
Looks like it, Castillo.
You may fire when ready, Gridley.
Yes, senorita.
Skip it.
What are you waiting for, driver? It's time to go.
Si, senor Gruber.
Wait, Castillo.
What is it, Enrique?
Did you put the shipment of meat aboard? It was in a big crate packed with ice.
Si, it is locked in the baggage compartment.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Hey, you're the bartender who sold me my bus ticket.
Si, Senor Mitchell. I am Enrique.
Oh, are you taking the trip too?
Si.
Vacation, maybe?
Si, vacation, si. For months, I sell tickets for the bus to La Paz. Everybody's going to La Paz, so today I say to me, Enrique, that's me. I say, why don't you go to La Paz and see what this place is?
You made up your mind in a sort of a hurry, didn't you?
Well, that's the way I do things, senor. I think of something, right away I do it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to sit in the...
You mind if I sit up here in front with you, Castillo?
No, not at all. I'm glad to have your company, senor Mitchell, is it not?
Yeah, Steve Mitchell. You've been making this run long?
Oh, 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Does that little guy Gruber make this trip often?
Well, no, senor. I've never seen him before.
Oh, I see. How long have you known Enrique, the bartender, Castillo?
For not very long. He's been tending bar at La Quinta for just a month or 2.
Uh-huh.
Senor, you perhaps have some reason for asking about the passengers?
Oh, no reason. Just curious, Castillo. Try riding a pogo stick over a field of boulders sometime, and then you'll know what that bus to La Paz was like. Hour after hour of jolting over ruts they laughingly called roads. Hot, choking dust, cold winds at night, and me sleeping with one eye opening, wondering who was going to do the next try on my life and when. The hours crawled by, and I was getting nowhere. 2 days, 3 days.
Brother, 4 days jolting on this bus. Already I've had 5 days too much. What some riders will do to get atmosphere, Mr. Mitchell. Huh?
Yeah, but I think we've been fellow passengers long enough to start using first names.
Okay, Steve. Mine's Diane.
Diana Smith. I don't remember reading any of your stories.
That's not surprising. I don't sell many of them, I'm afraid.
Oh, Clarai. I don't think I'm going to sell many bus tickets from now on either.
What's the matter, Enrique?
Oh, how can I tell people what a wonderful bus ride this is when I know how it stings?
I think you've got a point there, Enrique. I wish Castillo would take it a little easy on those ruts.
He cannot afford to, senor. The gasoline costs more than the bus. Oh, but cheer up, senor. Here's a smooth stretch of road.
Well, anything would be an improvement.
You know, that fella Gruber isn't adding anything to the joy of the trip either.
I think I'll go back and make some conversation with him. Maybe I can thaw him out a little. You mind if I sit here, Mr. Gruber?
Suit yourself.
Quite a trip, huh?
Yes, quite a trip.
Well, I'll be glad when it's over. How about you?
I'm used to it.
Oh, you've made the trip before.
Yes, several times.
I see. You must have business interest in La Paz.
Mr. Mitchell, I fail to see what concern my affairs are of yours.
Why, none at all, Gruber. I was just...
Then kindly do me the favor of leaving me alone.
Okay, Gruber. I'll be glad to. Forget it.
Put your sleeping bag right here, Mitchell. Mine is next to it. Here we are.
Oh, good. And where are the others, Castillo?
The senorita is on that little hill behind us, near where I parked the bus. Enrique and Gruber are on the other side of the road.
Oh, boy. I'm glad we'll be in La Paz tomorrow. This has been a rugged trip.
See?
It must be pretty rough on you, driving that bucket of bolts over these ruts.
See, it gets me in the back. Sometimes I think I'm going to quit the job, but I never do.
Castillo was in the land of nod but quick. I wanted to sleep, too, but I fought it. This was the last night before La Paz. I still didn't know which of the passengers had that spool of wire. I was still thinking about it when I heard the sound. I couldn't peg it at first, but it kept getting closer. I twisted my head around to take a look. Then I saw it. Something awful big coming at me. It was the bus rolling downhill, heading straight for me. I tried to zip over the sleeping bag, but the zipper jammed. All I could do was roll over. And I rolled.
Mitchell! What happened?
The bus, Castillo. It came by here like a jet plane.
What? Wait. Oh, the tracks of the bus?
Yeah.
It only missed me by a foot.
Wasn't supposed to miss me at all. Look at the tracks, right over where I was supposed to be sleeping. Oh, sure. Now this zipper works fine. Now, come on, Castillo. Let's find Gruber.
They should be right across the road with Enrique. See, there are the sleeping bags.
Yeah. Enrique's there, but Gruber is not. Enrique. Enrique.
What? Oh, it's you, Senor Mitchell. Oh, what a disappointment.
What?
I mean, I was dreaming about the most beautiful, the most gorgeous.
Yeah. Look, where's Gruber?
Gruber? I do not know, Senor. He started walking around just before I went to sleep.
Hey, what happened, Steve?
My boss, he rolled downhill.
Yeah. Looks like somebody rigged a little booby trap for me, Diane.
What? But
Well,
why?
maybe somebody doesn't like the color of my eyes.
Oh, that was a close shave. You know, gives me an idea for a plot.
Yeah, I thought it might.
What?
Oh, skip it. I still want to find Gruber.
Here I am, Mitchell. What do you want?
I want to know where you were a couple of seconds ago.
What business is it of yours?
Where were you?
Why, I was just walking around.
Did you go near the bus?
The bus? Why, no. Why do you ask?
You sure about that, Gruber?
Of course I'm sure.
Is the bus wrecked?
Well, I don't think so. It came to a stop in the sun below us. I'll go look at it.
You were sleeping near the bus, weren't you, Diane?
Yes. Say, what is this anyway, Steve?
Come on, Enrique. I want to take a look at where the bus started from.
Si, Senor. Hey, Senor Mitchell, you think this man Gruber released the brakes on the bus?
I don't know, Enrique. Why would he do a thing like that?
Well, because you are... I don't know why he would want to kill you, Senor.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Bus was parked just about here. Yeah. Shine your light around.
See.
A lot of footprints. That won't help us much. Wait. Here, shine your light over here.
See. That is where the front wheels of the bus were.
Yeah, here. And here. And a wet spot at each place.
Huh? I do not understand, Senor.
I think I do, Enrique. I'll do something about it tomorrow.
Senor, I think I could use a drink.
So could I. But I don't see any bars anywhere out in this desert, Enrique.
But I put some beer in the crate of frozen meat. It is locked in the baggage compartment of the bus with my suitcase. I will have to get the key from Castillo.
Oh. Ah, well, never mind, Enrique. We can celebrate tomorrow when we get to La Paz. By then, I'll really have something to celebrate.
So, this is La Paz. It's beautiful. Look at the ocean.
Driver, why don't you stop the bus and let us out?
In a moment, Senor Gruber. We will stop in the plaza just ahead.
You know, they ought to call it Rooster Town. More of them walking around than people.
Here we are.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks. Well, the roosters aren't the only ones that turned out to greet us.
See, many people from the town.
Yeah, and that looks like the police department coming toward us.
Police?
Senor Steve Mitchell?
That's right.
I'm Lieutenant Diaz of the police. You phoned me from Tijuana to meet this boss and make an arrest.
Yeah.
Wait,
It is Gruber. Seize him, Ramirez.
Here, let go! You let go! Ow!
Take him to the station, Ramirez.
You come.
What's this all about, Steve?
Well, the lieutenant here made an arrest, that's all.
You know, Senor Mitchell, I began to have the idea on the way here that you were looking for someone.
Yeah? I was looking for someone.
Well, I'm glad your search was a success.
But I don't think Gruber is the man.
We have been on the trail of Gruber for some time, Mitchell. He has been smuggling narcotics.
Oh, yeah? I figured he had something on his mind.
But, Senor Mitchell, if Gruber is not the one you are looking for, who is?
I'd like you all to come around to the back of the bus with me, if you will. I've been looking for a man, or woman, who has a little spool of wire I want.
A what?
Last night, that person tried to kill me.
You mean the bus rolling down the hill?
Yeah, here we are. Castillo, would you mind unlocking the baggage compartment?
Of course, senor.
Lieutenant Diaz, would you say that lock had been tampered with?
No, it does not appear to have been, Mitchell.
Open it up, Castillo.
The crate of frozen meat has been broken into. My beer.
Your beer is probably all there, Enrique. But if you'll notice, there are a couple of chunks of ice missing.
How could this have happened?
Now, look. This chunk of ice I've got in my hand is about the size of a football. If you put one of these under each front wheel of the bus and release the brakes, sooner or later the ice would melt and the bus would roll down the hill.
You mean it was a deliberate plot on your life?
Yeah. The kind of a plot a writer might dream up, Diane.
I don't know what you're talking about, Steve.
No, I don't think you do. You see, up until last night, I thought the person I was after was a passenger on this bus. But last night I realized the only person who had a key to this compartment, who had access to the ice, is the driver, Castillo.
Hey! Senor, he's got a gun.
Yeah, here, Castillo, have
Come
some.
back!
You need the gun!
Oh, fool's eyes, senor.
Yeah, there's another one.
Oh, senor, what a bop.
You ought to have the wire on him somewhere. Yep, here it is.
This is what you were looking for, Mitchell?
This is it, Lieutenant. Well, does this give you enough for a plot, Diane?
A dozen of them.
Momentito, senor.
What is it, Enrique?
This is what you take the lousy bus trip for? Just to find this little spool of wire?
That's right, Enrique. I jolt for a week over ruts as deep as the Grand Canyon. My back feels like a pretzel. And all to get this little spool of wire.
Senor, I think maybe you're a little crazy.
Enrico, I think maybe you're right. You know, Enrico, the next time I have to chase a guy like this, I hope he decides to ride the Super Chief.
You have just heard another episode in the exciting new adventure series, Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell. Dangerous Assignment is written by Bob Reif, with music by Bruce Ashley, and is directed by Bill Karn. Be with us next week at this time when Brian Donlevy, starring as Steve Mitchell, will embark on another Dangerous Assignment. You're tuned for the stars on NBC.
That concludes today's episode. We'd like to thank you and remind you to donate at choiceclassicradio.com. Remember, your donations make episodes like this possible.